What's up, guys? It's your boy Zowoki back with another kind of scary, kind of terrifying video. Instead of watching something scary, we're here for Colby because unfortunately, out of nowhere, we get not out of nowhere because we've known about his problems that he's had to remove it and stuff like that. But we're gonna be talking about Colby's cancer. I was told that I need to watch this. I kind of saw it not too long ago, but I was like, you know what? I really don't want to look at something negative. I want to be positive because I love watching Sam and Colby. But we're gonna be watching his video about I have cancer. So grab a chair, not grab any popcorn, but we're gonna be here for Colby because we need to support him. So let's take a look. If you guys are new to the channel, or if you guys are returning and have not subscribed yet, make sure you guys subscribe right now by hitting that white bar icon down the bottom right. Smack the bell icon next to it. So when I do post videos like this one, you'll get that little ring notification that I've posted a video. And then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And with that being said, also go over to Sam and Colby. Give them a love that they deserve for compiling all their videos together. They're great two guys. I hopefully will one day meet them. I want to meet them definitely pretty bad, like Twin Paranormal. But make sure you guys give them some love. Get them to 10 million subscribers, because once they get to 10 million subscribers, they're going to go to the Conjuring House for a week. And I have to see this, okay? So do you. But go over to their channel, give them some love. Make sure you guys do love on both channels. And with that being said, let's take a look at this video. Oh my gosh, this is nostalgic.
And this is Colby.
And together,
We're Sam and Colby.
that was great.
Hi, Mr. Brock. This is Dr. Law. I need you to call me back as soon as you can to discuss the results. Give us a call back right away. Bye.
Hang in there, buddy.
He's gonna make me cry.
You are like the strongest motherfucker I know, so if anyone can get through this, it's gonna be you.
Crazy, brother. I hope you're doing all right. I can't believe that was just going on.
Colby, my brother, that is definitely wild. Anytime you hear that word cancer, it just hits a little deeper.
Dude, Colby, I am so sorry to hear that.
Chris, I love you so much. And if there's anything you need at any minute, you know, we'll drop it. We'll be there.
If you need anything, I can, I drop whatever the fuck I'm doing here. You matter a lot more.
If you need anything, I'm here for you. I'm gonna be praying for you, bro. God bless, brother. Everything will be alright.
Hearing the word cancer for the first time, I just was in disbelief. I remember I ran to my bathroom mirror and looked myself in the eyes and I said, whatever I gotta do, I got this, just take one step at a time. Let's go to the doctors right now and talk to him in person. And on my way to the doctors was when I called Sam for the first time. I remember him being super positive and just saying that we're gonna get through this. But what he really wanted was to see me as soon as possible. And so he actually drove out to my doctors to meet me there. And it only took them about 5 minutes to get the results. And they confirmed that yes, something super concerning was happening and that I would probably need to get surgery as soon as possible. As I was leaving the doctor's appointment, I remember running into Sam. And this was the first time that I saw him since I told him the news. And so we just hugged each other for a really, really long time. And it just felt amazing to be able to confide in my best friend everything that I was thinking and feeling at that certain moment. You guys have no idea, it just made everything instantly better just having him by my side. On my way home, I remember calling my mom for the first time, which was super hard, hearing the pain in her voice. I can't even explain how that makes you feel. In fact, I think the hardest part of this entire journey has been telling other people.
Oh man.
To be honest, it just sucked being the bearer of bad news, and I hated seeing the way that my friends and family's face would change completely when I told them about it. It's hard.
Colby, do not make me cry. I'm already crying, but.
So, if you're wondering how I cope with the news that I had cancer,
Goes for a walk.
it was actually through a lot of exercise and hiking. Guys, if I didn't have a place to go hiking every single day, I would have actually gone crazy. Hiking was the only thing helping me with my anxiety.
Alright guys, it says no filming in here at all, but we're rebels, you know what I'm saying?
Is this when they were
before the surgery. 15 minutes. I feel a little bit of nerves, I'm not gonna lie. It is what it is.
It's a good thing overall. Like, this is supposed to help you.
Yeah, I want this to happen sooner than later, so like I'm excited for the surgery.
So my first step of this entire crazy process was going to be surgery.
I hate those
needed
socks,
to just
man.
get this cancerous mass out of me as soon as possible. And after many, many calls and many other appointments to set up even being able to be qualified to go to surgery, I was finally able to schedule it about 2 weeks later, which was pretty dang fast. In those 2 weeks leading up to the surgery, I definitely felt nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but it was mostly because I've never been put under general anesthesia,
Oh, really?
so I was kind of afraid of that
I
process.
love it.
But I'm telling you guys, it was so easy. It was literally like teleporting.
Give future
It was.
Colby an update.
Yeah,
on
I
what you're
mean,
thinking.
zero recollection of.
He's
some
a little
people
bit lighter.
And he made it.
The day after surgery, I was debating whether I wanted to tell social media or not.
I
And if you guys
do-
saw
I
my
remember
Instagram
that.
post in February, then you know that I decided to tell everybody. I
Yeah.
just was realistically thinking of how many people it could help and how much awareness I could spread by sharing my story, and that I'm fortunate enough to have the platform that I have. So why wouldn't I use my platform to put a positive impact on people? And guys, I just want to say a massive, massive thank you for all the love and support that you gave me as soon as I told
one of those
everybody in
comments.
February. It means the world to me. I can't.
I know
tell
you had a
how
picture on
thankful I am
Twitter
to
of the
have all you guys.
balls symbol that it took my balls.
So the next steps after surgery was I just had to go in and get weekly blood work to check those tumor markers. And this brings me to something that I call scanxiety, the worst feeling of this entire journey. I would go and get my blood done, and then usually only like 24 hours later, I'd get the results back. Since I was going so often, I knew when to check and would be constantly on my computer refreshing and seeing if the results were there. Obviously hoping that my tumor markers were going down each time, so there was just like a lot of anxiety of what these results would say. And if there was any side of my tumor markers not going back to normal, I would automatically have to do 3 months of chemo minimum. I will say though, the way I've been coping with that specifically is just telling myself it is what it is. Might as well not cry about it now. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And then besides the anxiety, it was just that lingering, do I have to do chemo thought that was in the back of my head that just kept creeping up, that would just push down. Something that I want to talk about as well is just resuming normal life while going through a situation like this.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was still editing and working, doing meetings, filming YouTube videos for you guys. I did the whole UK trip while I was doing blood work and dealing with scanxiety, and so I just think it's really important to get the point across that daily life does not stop.
Yep,
And obviously,
it keeps
since
going.
health is so important, it was on the front of my mind constantly, and so I'd have to kind of forget, quote unquote, for a little bit in order to work and resume normal life. I met up with my oncologist and I was given an ultimatum for next steps. I had a 35% chance of recurrence, meaning I had 1/3 of a chance of my cancer coming back. That left me with the hardest decision I had to make in my entire life. The doctor said I could either choose something called active surveillance, where they basically just monitor you super closely, and I'd have to live with this 35% recurrence forever, or I could do 1 cycle of chemotherapy, and that would take that 35% down all the way to less than 5. But guys, just to be completely open and real with you, I was not in a good place for a second. because of this decision. When I had all my blood work appointments lined out for me and I had my surgery and just had a plan of action, I was actually way less anxious because I knew what I had to do. But because I had to make the decision and it was like a gray area and I could choose either path and both of them could have been fine or not work out and it was up to me, put me in just... Then again, it gets rid of the cancer, so it gets rid of that anxiety. It's like I had no clear choice of what to do. Like guys, chemo, for those of you who don't know, it's literally like a self-destruct button in your body. The way it works is it kills really, really fast growing cells everywhere.
That's why people
Cancer
go bald.
cells are the fastest growing cells, so it targets those first, but it also kills all your other healthy cells. I realize I'm gonna be completely vulnerable with you guys right now. The main reason I didn't want to do chemotherapy was just for superficial reasons. I just don't want to lose my hair, especially being somebody that's on social media. Like, it even got to the point where late at night, if I couldn't sleep because I'd be thinking about the chemo, I would go on Snapchat and find those filters that get rid of your eyebrows and your hair and just like stare at myself, like looking at the filter. I truthfully cared what you guys would have thought about me when I knew deep down that health was the most important thing. So that's why I chose chemo.
Oh, I did.
Finally, the main reason why I ended up choosing chemotherapy is because if my cancer, God forbid, did come back, then I wouldn't have to just do one 21-day cycle, but I would at minimum have to do 3 to 4 cycles, which would be 3 or 4 months. And I just couldn't afford to take off that much time from everything else I got going on in life. Oh my gosh, and let me tell you, it felt so good for me to just get out of that gray area and have a plan of action. As soon as I made up my mind and told the doctor and had something scheduled down that I am doing chemo for sure, all of that gray area anxiety and decision-making anxiety went away instantly.
It's like you don't wish this on anybody, even
For
your
the
enemy.
first week of my cycle, I had infusions 5 days in a row. And my arm veins are completely destroyed. I would go into the hospital every single morning at like 8 a.m. and they'd put like a little IV in my hand. And I would sit there for about 4 to 5 hours as the chemo was doing its thing and entering my veins. First week was the hardest because I did get slammed with so much chemo. I lost my appetite almost completely and I lost a lot of weight too. Before starting chemo, I was weighing in around 160, and by day 21, I was 147. I experienced stuff called tinnitus, which is like your ears ringing all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I had some
Still
weird
have that.
visual hallucinations as well. Not like I was seeing giraffes running around my living room, but definitely like some weird, clouded, foggy hallucinations.
That's
that would
probably your
appear in the
attachment,
corner of
and
my
you're just
eyes.
be
It's
able to
really hard
see it now.
explain. I took the specific
Oh my
chemo
gosh.
drug called bleomycin, which made my face so red, like I was in the sun all day, and it started to peel. I did have one freak out moment, not gonna lie.
Yesterday I had an anxious morning because it was the first time seeing my face all red and swollen, and waking up and seeing that like kind of spiraled me a little bit, if I'm being honest, because
Bro, we're not gonna
I
care
thought I
about your
couldn't
face.
breathe as deep, and I saw that my
We're here
heart
for
rate
you,
was
man.
accelerating and stuff, and so it just kind of perpetuated this feeling of fear and what's going on, especially because I got to the hospital and I went to the bathroom and looked in the mirror and my eyes were completely bloodshot red and my lips were really chapped and my face was beet red.
But I thank God every single day that I have not experienced any long-term side effects from my chemo. The 21 days was very hard, but it's gonna be different for every person going through it. There's dozens of chemo drugs for different cancers. Was it hard? Yes. Was it bearable? Yeah, I survived. And as you guys can see, I kept my hair. So the thing that I was most worried about, the alopecia, didn't even affect me.
He's protected. Cold capping.
The main thing that I did that saved my hair was something called cold capping. And this is a practice that is not backed by doctors quite yet because it's so new that they just don't know if it works or not. So, oh my God, that process was absolutely insane. That was, no joke, the hardest part of my entire cycle. Way, way, way worse than any symptom that I felt was just having a frozen head for like 8 hours a day. So essentially what cold capping is just taking a helmet and putting it in a bucket of dry ice, and it has to get down to this specific freezing temperature and then switched out every single 30 minutes, starting at 8 a.m. and then ending around dinner time. So it was hours. The first 5 minutes of cold capping every day was probably the worst part. It's freezing the head. And then I was just numb. And it goes all around your ears as well. So I couldn't hear hardly anything while I was like experiencing all the other symptoms of chemo with added muffled hearing and a frozen ass head.
Thank you, Sam.
Guys, I need every single person right now to go and thank Sam for me, because he is the only reason why I kept my hair. No joke. We flew somebody out to teach Sam how to cold cap in person because it is a pretty meticulous and detailed process. Only qualified people are really supposed to do it, but after getting on a phone call and explaining my situation, they agreed to teach Sam how to do it. But guys, that means Sam was by my side every single day. And every single 30 minutes, he had to come, undo all my straps, and then put on a new cold cap for hours a day. And I, like, who has a friend that would do that for them? I am so grateful. And I don't think I could even explain how grateful I am to him.
He's not your friend, he's your brother.
What he did for me. Like, I will never, ever, ever, ever forget the amount of work that he had to put in for me. And not only that, he drove me to my hospital appointments every single day, every single night. He would have to drive all around Vegas to different stores to find new dry ice so that I could keep cold capping the next day. Like, it makes me like, I feel like crying right now, because that's
You're making me cry, man.
It's so special, man. Like, that is so crazy to have like a friend that would like do that for you.
I
That's
wish I had
awesome.
a friend like that.
And like, especially because I didn't have time to like think about all the other stuff like going on with like dealing with all my symptoms. Like, he just like took this massive stress off my shoulders, and I thank him so much, like, every day for it. I owe him everything, and I hope you guys know that like what you guys see online on social media, it's so real. It's like that man is my best friend, and he's been by my side since 14, and I know one day I will be able to repay him somehow. He is an amazing human for that.
Woo!
After my cycle, I was so excited to celebrate, but I wasn't even given the chance to. Only 24 hours after my cycle, I went to see an oncologist, and he basically told me that he thinks I need to do more chemo. What happened is one of my blood tumor markers shot up during the cycle, and he had never seen it go that far out of range. And so, erring on the side of caution, he was like, you should probably just do one more, and we'll monitor your blood more closely just to make sure this doesn't happen again. And guys, truthfully speaking, this was probably the lowest I felt during this entire journey, solely because it was a blindside. The thought of chemo from the beginning was something I didn't want to do, but as soon as I decided that I was going to do it, all my anxiety went away. But this was different because I thought I was done. I thought I had beat cancer at this point, and the really hard 21 days that I just went through was worth it. It was all over.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember being in the doctor's office and having that same feeling that happened to me when I got the first phone call where my heart dropped and my mind started spinning, and it was horrible. What made it even more stressful is when doing multiple chemotherapy cycles, at least in my case, they're supposed to be back to back. So I didn't have much time to go find another option or opinion.
So you had to keep going.
I think all in all, if I had one piece of advice, I would just say be proactive if you're in a similar situation. Try your best to expedite appointments as much as you can. Sometimes it just takes a few extra phone calls or looking for other options from different places to get sooner appointments. For example, it was only a couple phone calls that I had to make to get my surgery expedited 1 week earlier, and that was when I had the cancer still inside of me. If you're feeling pain or something weird going on in an embarrassing area like I had, first of all, fuck that. It's not embarrassing at all. This is your health we're talking about. The most important thing is talking to somebody and getting peace of mind. Find a primary care doctor right now if you don't have one. That was my mistake. I am so lucky to be in the position that I am, and so fortunate that I have a job where I can move things around however I want and to be able to travel anywhere for medical help. I can't even begin to imagine what people go through, especially people with more serious medical issues going on, like
children.
a terminal cancer. It's insane to me. I'm just thinking about somebody's poor grandma who has to do that.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy thing, is I guarantee that every single person watching this knows somebody in your personal life who has dealt with cancer or is dealing with cancer right now. Whether it's somebody that you work with or go to school with, family member, maybe you've dealt with cancer yourself. Cancer affects literally everybody. I don't mean to invoke fear in any of you by saying this, but cancer is, as a fact, the second leading cause of death. In 2023, it's estimated that 600,000 people in the US alone are going to die from cancer. And that's just the US. Millions worldwide. So just imagine how many of those lives we could potentially save by donating to a charity that specializes in finding cancer early. And with that being said, I think early detection and prevention is the most important part, because it is a fact that most cancers, if found at stage 1, can be treatable. And guys, this is the main reason why I wanted to make this video in the first place, is to spread awareness and to say a giant fuck you to cancer.
Amen.
I truly believe in the saying, powers in numbers. The more that we can rely on each other and the more that we can lean on each other for support through hard times like medical issues like this, the better. By just watching this video and spreading awareness about early detection and prevention, you could potentially save somebody's life. I found the perfect nonprofit charity that specializes in prevention and early detection. This charity is specifically covering an area that is not paid as much attention to. If every single person here watching were to donate $1, I cannot even fathom how much that would change the lives of thousands of people. If we want to say a giant fuck you to cancer, this is the way to do it. Click the link down below. I made my own page with Fuck Cancer that says all other information you should know about the charity. And again, guys, I think this could be so awesome if, as the internet, we come together and we say a giant fuck you to cancer. I'm also gonna be selling these hoodies, which a lot of you guys have asked me about because I've been wearing it for the past 6 months, in all these different colorways. And I promise you guys, if you grab a hoodie, every single dollar that you spend on one of these hoodies and or t-shirts, just getting something for your donation, will go to this nonprofit charity. We can say the biggest fuck you to cancer ever. And again, that's all I would ever want. And as for me and my situation, you might be wondering how my story ends. So I went to 3 more doctors and got 3 more oncologists' opinions. And
thank you for welcoming into our group.
Yeah, we're going.
About 6 months ago, my best friend was diagnosed with cancer. For the next couple of months, through surgery and chemotherapy, he has fought like no other. Super inspiring. Probably the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But as of 1 week ago, he was a
max at 26. In the long run, and especially raising money for charity, I think this happening to me is going to be way more of a positive than a negative, and it's all perspective. The hard truth of it is that cancer affects literally anybody at any time, and so all we can do is spread awareness and fight against it as hard as we possibly can. So again, with all my heart, first of all, I want to say thank you for all the support that you've given me through my tough journey. Donate to the link down below, Fuck Cancer, perfect charity for this. That would mean the world to me, and let's do something
$1.
awesome. Donate down below. It's time for us to all come together and say a giant fuck you to cancer.
Amen. F you, cancer. Do it now. What are you waiting for? Should have been doing it already. Do it. So with that being said, shouldn't it be I had cancer? I thought it came back. That's why I was been waiting. I'm like, I didn't know if it was real or fake. So I finally watched it, and I'm glad I did. So with that being said, I want you guys to do that are all watching, go to Sam and Colby's link and do what he has asked. Go help him. Go raise awareness. Get that cancer early so that it can be cut off and save a loved one. Your grandmother, grandfather, son, daughter, mother, father, cousin, girlfriend, best friend, boyfriend. You get the gist. We need to stop it now. Luckily, I wouldn't say I haven't had to worry about that, but I haven't had anybody close. But I've had friends that have died to cancer, and it's just upsetting. So go help them out. And plus, I want to see them get to an astronomical amount of money to beat cancer and help that loved one or somebody in need of it. So don't forget to comment your guys' thoughts. Let me know if you have beat cancer. We don't want to obviously know that you are positive for cancer, but we want to make you feel better. So for those that have loved ones, this is more of a place to or remembrance and stuff like that. So do it in the chat or do it in the comments. Let me know. F cancer, your loved one, kind of a memorial kind of way in the comments. Hit the like button to F cancer, and then don't forget to subscribe as always. And we'll see you guys in the next video. So keep it real, keep it safe, and as always, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys next time.